My 22M fiancé, 21F, caught up with a friend and questioned our engagement. My fiancé did not physically cheat on me, but she did get emotionally involved with a man with whom she had previously had emotions. After discovering that she was sending him photographs of her work attire, images of what we were doing, such as pumpkin carving for Halloween, and messaging incessantly during the workday, mostly about meaningless things, in November I confronted her. One night, she inquired as to if we might watch a program on Netflix, which I later discovered was something he had mentioned in their talk. The final message he sent showed how he felt about me and my fiancé, and said that the ball is now in your court. "Oh wow," my fiancé said, referring to the situation. "It's a lot to take in at once. I need to figure out what I'm doing here, but we shouldn't chat until I figure it out." Afterwards, he grabbed a snapshot of the conversation and forwarded it to her closest friend through email. "Whoa, what are you going to do?" said someone. This is not the first time she has communicated with this individual. She was also catching up with him the previous year. She liked him, but she was with me at the time, and she believed her sentiments were bad, she informed him. I learned about the passages from a reliable source. She switched off alerts for his communications on iMessage and Facebook, among other things. I went up to her and addressed her. She said that she was aware that she was hurting me, but she went ahead and did it anyway. I returned the phone call and traveled to my parents' house for a week. Since then, I've spoken with friends who have advised me to call it quits, since this was not the first time, but I've decided to give it one more go and see what happens. Since then, we've been trying to work things out together. I'm seeing a counselor, and she's also seeing one. We'd want to go to couples counseling, but we need to figure out what we want before we can go. We spoke about it again last night, and she said she had never flirted with him, though she later conceded she may have done so after I discovered it. I get the impression that I'm going around in circles with her. I'm stressed eating, grinding my teeth, and finding it difficult to forgive. This wasn't her first encounter with a man, and she had previously stated that it wouldn't happen again. I'm worried about our future, and she's always telling me she loves me. I have a feeling it's because she was apprehended and nearly lost track of me. Any suggestions would be much appreciated. I'm concerned that this might have resulted in physical cheating at some time in the future. Story 2. Girlfriend broke up with me, so lost. Girlfriend, 22F, broke up with me, 21M, 5 days ago as stated. Over 4 years gone. 3 years living together gone. All the trips gone. My whole life is gone. First love. Also lost one of my fur babies, had 2 huskies, we each kept one, which has broke my heart as well. For some context, she came to me 3 weeks ago stating she wanted to take a break. She said she doesn't see herself having a future with me, but still loves me. Just not in love with me. I was caught off guard. I reassured her it was because she had gone cold turkey on her birth control and antidepressants, but she refused to consider that had anything to do with it at all. 4 years ago, we broke up when the same exact situation happened. I just didn't expect it to occur again, because I thought our relationship was in a good place. The last several months prior to that were good, with the exception of a few episodes. We did so many things together, and she was the happiest, most motivated I'd ever seen her anyways. I agreed to the break, and we sought after therapy. She left the house and moved back in with her parents. We were still in contact during this period. I was investing so much of my love, energy, and time into bettering our relationship during this break, while it felt her effort was minimal. I want to clarify that I don't hold this against her. We've been together for years, and I've seen her in these low, depressive states. In my mind, I know it isn't her, which is why I've been giving her the space and time she needs, but she couldn't even make it the full month of the break. She broke up with me 5 days ago. I was stunned and called her mom crying, because her mom understands her better than anyone. Her mom told me, "I swear on my kids and the deepest part of my heart, I don't think this is over, and I don't think this is her." She hasn't been herself since she's been here, and she's so depressed. 3 days ago, she moved all of her stuff out. She mentioned that she was getting back on her medication, and when I asked why, she said, "I talked to my mom, and she said I haven't been myself, and I don't feel like I've been myself either." When we said our goodbyes, I cried, she cried, and we hugged for the longest time possible. Side note, I talked to her mom during the break. She kept me optimistic, and I had hope. We, meaning I and her immediate family, all thought she was just having a depressive episode due to her medication. Also, she wrote me a letter, I sent it to my mom and her mom. They both said that the letter had way too much love in it, meaning that she will come back and it isn't over. I don't know how to go about this. I'm being told to keep fighting, but I need to work on myself. I know she needs space right now, and I do too. But I don't know how to work on myself when all I do is think of her and hope that it'll all work out. I know I shouldn't even be thinking she'll come back, but when I hear the closest people to her say these words, it's impossible to not imagine a reality where we're together again. I'm not talking to anyone in her family right now because I know that would be worse for me, and I let them know I would be distancing. I also haven't reached out to her and I won't. I know that will make matters worse on a personal level as well as our relationship overall. I deleted Instagram. The weird thing with that as well, I was in her bio. She took me out of her bio and deleted one picture of just me. All her other pictures of us are still there, like all the trips we took together. Also, the very first picture she posted of us on her Insta is there, one of her top 3 fab pics of us. She deleted the caption off the pic, but left it there. It's just one pic of us happy and laughing. Really doesn't make sense to me. Kinda mind f********** me. She is done and told me she doesn't see us getting back together, but leaves that. I don't really care about social media, but I haven't been able to figure that one out. I'm staying in therapy, but switching to a different therapist. We were seeing the same therapist individually, but we were receiving mixed signals. We both went in there saying on a break with so, trying to work things out. Therapist told me breaking up is the worst thing to do on a break, while she kind of encouraged my ex. Told me a date night was an amazing idea, but told her, if you're on a break, why would you go on a date? Isn't the point of a break to not see each other? Therapist knew we were together too, weird. When we broke up I told my ex about this and she was confused as well, and said she was going to switch too. How do I go on with life while I'm holding on? Is it okay to hold on but still work on myself? I'm reading books and I try to apply them, but it's literally impossible right now. The only thing that makes all this pain and feeling go away is when I hear something about her coming back, or that it's not over. It's the only thing that makes me want to work on myself, but can I truly do that? If we meet for a doggy date in a few months, I want to be at the point where I can say I want to be with her, but won't take her back right away, especially if she hasn't worked on herself. I can't go through this another 4 years down the road, especially if we're married or have kids. I want to be able to stand my ground and have acceptance at that point. If it not and I just take her back, then nothing has been learned from this pain. I miss my pup, so *****ing much too. A whole separate loss. I tell everyone that I wish she would have just cheated. This would make it so much easier. I wouldn't have a reason to hold on or keep trying. I could just cut my losses and go.